So I read this one digitally, so I'm just going to have these 7 books here. And now, everyone, let us pursue the Flighty Temptress adventure. Here is my review for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, the last novelized entry, if it counts, in the Harry Potter saga. So Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is a script of a fan fiction written by Jack Thorne that J.K. Rowling approved and is now a worldwide play. It's fine. This is probably going to be a shorter one out of all of these, maybe except for Chamber of Secrets and Sorcerer's Stone. But when I went into this, I was expecting it to be terrible. It wasn't that bad, but once again, the same thing that I say in all of these, I do not condone J.K. Rowling's, politics and stuff. She shouldn't be posting this online, let alone to, especially the age of her fans. I don't agree with her. Now, let's get back. So, it's a script instead of a book, and personally, I think if they wanted it to be successful, and I think more people would read it, and more people would like it. If she wrote it, she took the script and adapted it to a novel, and she wrote it as a novel. She took the story, wrote it as a novel, then a year or 2 later, then they adapted it as a script. But while it's published, the show's ready as soon as it's all popular and stuff. So yeah, that's my take on it. They definitely should have been a novel first. I think people would respect it more if it was a novel and written by J.K. But, yeah, this, I was expecting it to suck once again because, I've heard some stuff mainly, I've heard some terrible reviews of it, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, it might be because I'm a sucker for time travel, but yes, I actually did cry more times in this book than the books behind me. I cried when Harry watched his parents die. It's okay. So, the book is about Harry's kid, Albus Severus Potter. Hate the name, but whatever. He's going, so he doesn't like Harry, he doesn't like his dad, and he meets Draco's son, Scorpius, and, their friendship reminds me of Luca. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It's interesting because, so he does not like his dad. He does not want to be like his dad. He feels like his dad's taking over the spotlight and whatever. I don't care. He's going through some stuff, and he's so they find out that the Ministry has grasps on a time turner, and Amos Diggory, Cedric's dad from the Goblet of Fire, hears about that, and so he takes the time so he asks Harry to go back in time and save Cedric. So Albus, being the rebel he is, takes Scorpius along and this girl called Delphi Diggory, and basically they go back in time and they take away Cedric's wand from the first task in Goblet of Fire, and then then they go back in time realizing that stuff has changed, a thing about Albus' character is that he was so worried about being in Slytherin. He was a part of Slytherin. He was friends with Scorpio, but it's whatever. Very interesting stuff, but the thing about it is that I feel I was as soon as I saw myself crying, I was seriously? Come on! I only cried once in The Half-Blood Prince, and that was when where they were talking about Lily, Harry and Slughorn. But the first line of The Shining describes my emotion and how I feel towards Albus Potter. Dumbledore isn't a help. He's just a portrait now, and he sucks. Hagrid, the ending, I think, not, the final thing is, believe it or not, really, I don't like the plot twist of Delphi, but anyway, they realize that stuff's changed, and so, Cedric still dies, because he's determined to go do that, but we don't actually see him die. We don't really see anything. And then for the second task, they humiliate him by turning him into a fish, or like a big balloon in Gorgio. And so he gets humiliated, and he doesn't, I think he's just not good at the third task, and they free him or something, and they're like stuck in time or whatever. But he becomes a Death Eater. And then, so they have to go back with Delphi, who's trying to get to her dad, Voldemort, to stop him from killing Harry, because if Harry's parents die, then Voldemort will fall from power. But then it's like Battle of the Prophecies, whatever. It was like, I read it less than 2 nights. Started it last night, and then finished it this morning. It was about 5 hours. I used an audiobook along with reading with it. It was fine paced. I don't like Delphi's plot twist. I think she, what I don't like about the Harry Potter villains, like the non-Voldemort ones, I don't like Voldemort. Like, not even, intimidating, like, oh, scary, annoying. He's just not a good villain. Well, I mean, he is in the Deathly Hallows, but in all the rest, well, in the Deathly Hallows, he's whatever. I don't like Delphi because, especially with a lot of Harry Potter villains in kids' books or whatever. I know the later ones aren't kids' books, but still, they like go on these monologues and stuff. And it's like, oh, I'm nice. Oh, I'm a bad guy. Now I'm going to reveal every secret to you. And it's super stupid. And so they get stuck in time, and of course they get out, because they're not going to die. They're Harry Potter's kids. But, yeah, Draco and Harry are friends. Hermione's Minister of Magic, and, yeah, I think that was pretty interesting. And I am a sucker for time travel. I love Back to the Future. I love Prisoner of Azkaban. Not for the time travel stuff. I love Remus Lupin, too. But it's just, I'm a sucker for time travel, so I'm, of course, going to love this. I feel like it's a better play, though, than a book. I wish I could see the play. I haven't gotten a chance to yet. But it's hard to visualize. Like, I could see this as a very good movie. I think people just don't like this book. Well, mainly, this is 2016 before everything started, but they didn't really like this book because it wasn't written by J.K. Rowling. It was written by Jack Thorne. That's not J.K. Rowling, if I'm understanding that correctly. Yeah, it doesn't hold up for any of these other books, but it's not as terrible as everyone, or as I thought it was going to be, or, like, it's not terrible. It's just, it's not a great successor to these ones as a novel. But, yeah, Harry is meh. The blanket thing, I really did not like how ungrateful Albus was. It was really disappointing to see someone named after Dumbledore and Snape, which I don't like Snape. He wasn't redeemed. I love movie Snape because he was easily redeemable. Because he didn't really do much terribly stuff other than hitting Ron and Harry on the back of the head with books. But in the books, it was hard to redeem. This book kind of redeemed Snape for me, especially in the alternate universe where Dolores Umbridge is head mistress of Hogwarts. Yeah, Professor McGonagall, she did not feel like herself. It didn't feel... See, my problem with this, the biggest thing was that a lot of the characters did not feel how they did in this one. Harry would never do the stuff he did, a lot of the stuff he did in this book. But I cried, like, it was streaming tears when he had to watch his parents die. Amos Diggory, I like movie Amos Diggory better than book Amos Diggory, unpopular opinion, but it's because he's such a jerk. Like, he's so pushy and stuff. But in the movie, he's like a sweet old man, kind of. But yeah, Delphi, I don't think she's a good villain. But yeah, that's definitely going to be one of the shorter reviews. I don't really have much to say. I just wish if it was novelized by J.K., we'd probably, and most people would like it better. But yeah, if you don't know my rating system, a golden ticket is an 8 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10, and a trophy is a 9.5 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10. I give Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, there's no way to say it, a 6.5 out of 10. It could have been better, but, you know. It just wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, so that's probably why it was so high. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah. this concludes my Harry Potters. Actually, no, I have Fantastic Beasts, and I'm gonna have like a whole over 3-hour-long video of every single Harry Potter video I've done this year. This is my re-entry into the wizarding world of Harry Potter. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been so fun, this Harry Potter, diving into it. Still got 2 films though, so got that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Stay golden, stay magical, everyone.